What if I told you your financial future could change completely starting today by learning one simple strategy? A not so common strategy that no one will tell you about, which reveals profit and loss lessons of the rich that could elevate you to the top 20% in terms of money and influence, and not leave you in the trivial many on the bottom 80% who continue to struggle. Pareto, an Italian economist, wrote about business and success. This phenomena divides people naturally into the vital few, which is the top 20% of money and influencers, from the trivial many on the bottom 80%. On this video, I'm going to take you inside this phenomena as my guest. Pareto discovered virtually all economic activity is the subject to this 80-20 principle. For example, the principle loudly says 20% of what you do accounts for 80% of your results or profits. The other side of the 80-20 principle is 80% or most of your activities produce only 20% of your results. This lesson is profound. You always have enough time if you're willing to utilize your thoughts and determine 80-20, the vital few 20% that works and the 80% trivial that have little success. The simple math is 10 tasks may each require the same amount of time to complete. However, 2 of those tasks may contribute 5 or 10x the value or the money earned as the remaining 8 tasks. Most people procrastinate on the easy, trivial 80%. They actually focus on activity, not on results. Focus on finishing tasks that matter. The 80-20 rule shows that 20% of your effort leads to 80% of your success. Don't waste time on trivial activities. Prioritize what drives real results. Unfortunately, real estate investors know very little about the wonderful opportunity that is commonly overlooked, and that is tax defaulted real estate, which is used and abused property, which has been rejected by the previous owner. In this instance, the opportunity is one man's garbage and another man's gold. An entrepreneur could easily turn that garbage into gold. By investing in tax defaulted properties, you're not just profiting, you're also helping communities by putting abandoned properties back into use. This creates better neighborhoods, supports local economies, and gives new life to neglected homes. The average real estate investor is thinking, fix up and sell. This process is commonplace and promoted regularly on television and in the newspapers and on radio. History reveals 80-20, which simply means 20% of the work will generate 80% of the sales profits. Fixing properties may take time and require thousands of dollars and considerable hard labor, and in some instances, weeks to fix and repair. Meanwhile, property taxes must be paid, insurance must be paid. Whoever is working on the project will have no peace of mind and considerable insecurity. What is the alternative? Savvy 80-20 investors buy at auctions for pennies and then sell using media. They use eBay, Craigslist, the multiple listing service, real estate brokers, agents, newspapers, signs. In other words, they utilize massive media to reveal a used and abused property to guys and gals who are fixers, wholesalers, and lots of handy people. They do no repairs. They have no hammers, saws, or electric tools. They use small dollars on massive media exposure, signs on the property, signs in the neighborhood, and the used and abused property gets exposure. The objective is to sell quickly and make a profit. Thousands of guys and gals have skills to fix up real estate. Hard money lenders are anxious to lend money. Many fixer-upper people will work for equity. All that is good news. Add to that do-it-yourself types, which is a whole group of people that get involved and are willing to risk bad weather will utilize little money to pay for repairs and labor to compete with others. However, this market has risk. What if the market prices drop? If the price drops, your bargain may no longer be competitive in the marketplace. Fixing up has risk, especially if the price drops, and rewards if you buy right and the market is stable. There's never enough time to do everything you have on your agenda. It seems as if you're overworked and swamped with work and responsibility. Tech has burned you with never-ending emails, questions that must be answered, and you must be saying to yourself, I can repair this property working on Saturday and Sunday. The truth is, you will probably never get caught up because most entrepreneurs need more time in the day and more money. Fixer properties are time-consuming and labor-intensive. Now you're going to miss out on all your leisure time activities because you are working 24/7. It's time for you to learn to eat the frog and stop procrastinating and think 80-20. Think more about getting 80% of your reward from producing 20% of the work. Spend your time working on rewards, not on the property. Think more about research at the time of purchase and massive sales activities. Here is the truth about creating financial security. Most people don't know this, and it could make or break your retirement years. Let me explain. The first half of my life, I spent working days teaching people how to fly commercially and privately. I can assure you, a person cannot learn to fly an airplane by reading a book. It's a hands-on skill. I feel the same way about tax-defaulted property auctions. I find those who accept and embrace coaching and then accelerate their skills by attending live auctions to observe and practice. Those are the people who will be the biggest wealth generators. Imagine you buying a tax-defaulted property at auction with a discount of 60%, 70%, 80% below the tax-assessed value. This is happening in over 5,000 tax-defaulted property auctions annually. Expect hundreds of auction properties in your state. There is plenty for everyone. This is a business of abundance. Don't get into a bidding competition with others. My auction experience reveals there is always another property and another auction where you can earn a profit. In this business, you make your money when you buy at auction. You get paid your earnings after the sales process, cashing profit checks at a local bank. In my opinion, when you're getting started, it's better to buy low and sell low and not take months to fix a property. The solution is other bargain hunters have little knowledge about tax-defaulted property. This is a whole group of men and women who may or may not have skills to rehabilitate real estate. They are constantly searching for real estate. This category includes beginners, bargain hunters, do-it-yourselfers, and senior citizens. Your solution to make income and only work part-time and control your destiny is buy property at low auction prices. It will be used and abused, and resell it to others who are excited about rehabilitation. The key to success is to massively market online by utilizing Craigslist for ads, multiple listing service for exposure, Zillow, Facebook Marketplace, and every online process available. The first deal is always the hardest, but once you get that win, it changes everything. Recently, one of my students, a couple of seniors, purchased a property for pennies on the dollar, cleaned it up, completed minor fix-up, then used all the marketing strategies that I've just mentioned. Their purchase price for a single-family home at tax-defaulted property auction was only $8,000. They invested another $4,000 to clean up and do minor repairs. They sold the property during the Christmas holidays within 60 days of their purchase. They generated $20,000 over and above the $12,000 they invested, and the buyer requested an installment sale. They earned another $15,000 interest on the installment sale. They 3x'd their money invested. This isn't about just buying properties for pennies on the dollar. It's also about the strategy of 80-20. 20% of what you do will generate 80% of your profits. The 20% was buying and selling. They didn't fix. The 80-20 principle shows that 20% of your effort can produce 80% of your results. In the tax defaulted real estate, you don't have to fix up and flip to profit. Buy low, sell low, let others do the repairs. 80-20 means focus on the actions that create real wealth. If you're ready to stop working harder and start working smarter, click the link below for my free guide to tax defaulted property investing.